Do you love veggies in the summertime? Well, I have a way to make them even better than they already are. You culture these vegetables in the summertime and make them more powerful, fill them with probiotics and enzymes, and they are so good for you. We're gonna make my favorite today, which is peach pico salsa that is cultured and probiotic. The first thing you wanna do is you wanna get your starter going. Now you can do this with kefir whey, which you can find out how to make kefir whey on my site. But what I like is Caldwell starters. They are terrific. They have so many more probiotics in them than using kefir whey or any other cultured veggie starter. They are the best. That's what I use. And we're just going to put a little bit, we're going to put about half of this package in some water and let it stir and dissolve while I'm making my cultured vegetables. So we are just going to place that in there, swirl it around a little bit, it'll dissolve, and then we're going to add it to our mixture when we're done. So this salsa today is all fresh vegetables, and they are really good for you and easy to make. And here is one of them that's already made, but I'm going to show you how to make it. So you need some fresh tomatoes, and I have some fresh tomatoes here that are all cut up and chopped up. You can seed them if you want, but I really didn't bother to seed them because they just go ahead and go into the sauce and make it even more cultured. So we're going to place that in a bowl. And that's about 2 tomatoes, 2 large tomatoes. We have a clove of garlic here. We have jalapenos. We have cucumbers. We have like a small cucumber that's chopped. We have 1 small red onion. We have some lime here, limes that we're going to squeeze in at the end. And you're going to place all of these in your bowl. And then we're going to add some peaches. This is a small peach. You could add 2, you can add 1 peach. It doesn't really matter. If you like it just a little bit more sweet, you can add 2 peaches. But this is just 1 chopped peach. Place that in the bowl. And then we're going to chop up just a little bit of cilantro because it gives it that fresh salsa flavor. We're just going to put a little bit. You can add more. This recipe is really great. You can add more or less depending on how big your vegetables are. We're just going to place that in the bowl. And I like adding some nice sea salt, or what I call Celtic sea salt, or you can use Himalayan, but it keeps it crunchy and also gives you some minerals. And something nice to know is cultured vegetables love minerals. So we're going to add about a couple teaspoons of this. I'm just going to sprinkle it in. One of the secrets with cultured vegetables is if you add salt, it keeps it crunchy. And then we're going to take 1 lime and squeeze that all in. So now we've got all of our ingredients in a bowl, and we're going to toss them and put them in a jar to ferment them. I like these clamp down jars, and you can get them on my site. Or you can get them at local stores too around your area. I love them because they actually make the canning process a lot easier. It has a rubber seal and it works really well. So we're just going to place these veggies in a jar. And sometimes, depending on the size of your vegetables, you may need 1 or 2 jars, and that's fine. And the jars don't have to be full. They don't have to, if they have a little air room or a little room at the top, that's fine. It's not going to hurt anything. So if you need to use a couple of jars, that's not a problem if it's all half full. See, the different flavors in this really taste great when you ferment them for a couple of days. They give a lot of freshness, they give a lot of taste to your food, but they give you probiotic. If you have a tablespoon of this with your meal, it will help you digest your food, it will help digest the proteins, and you'll get more nutrients and more vitamins from your food because it helps enhance it. It's basically like eating something pre-digested. So if you struggle with any kind of food allergies or any kind of digestion, having 1 spoonful, even just the juice of cultured vegetables, makes a huge difference in your meal, the way you digest it and the nutrients you receive, and also helps heal your gut, which is really important for people who have allergies. So now we've got all of our vegetables in our jar, and we're going to place our culture, which is all dissolved, you can see, and we're going to place that in the jar. And then we're going to fill it with a little bit more water and then we're going to leave 2 inches for it to expand and ferment. Now remember, when it rises, you'll see the vegetables start to bubble and rise in the jar. That's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. Canning, they don't like you to do that because they say something's wrong, but not with fermentation, cultured vegetables. It is one of the safest ways to preserve your food. So much safer than canning because the good bacteria dominate, control the environment, and preserve the food. And when you eat it, it preserves you. So don't be afraid of botulism. It's scientific impossibility for that to happen because the good bacteria are so dominant that it keeps the food safe and it keeps you safe. That's why they were made that way for thousands of years. So you're going to leave this on your counter for 3 days. You can even just do 2 days if you'd like. You're going to let it bubble and ferment, and then you're going to place it in your fridge or eat it and serve it to your family. And that is how you make peach pico salsa cultured.